Okay. What are the benefits of globalization and the challenges associated with it? Well, there's many good things and many bad things. The good thing is products can be made at a cheaper rate. Um, it could change lives. It could change the financial status of a country if it was dwindling, because products could be made cheaper and be bought cheaper. Now, that's the pros of globalization, an economy that is challenged and technology is shared. Now, the con of it is that same technology that you're sharing with these maybe longtime foes like China. China's been an enemy of the United States, ever since after World War II, when they established communists. And yet we're sharing our technology, either military or just basic products that we use at home. And if you notice, if you keep up with the news, you've seen how labor is unfair, where they're almost using slavery for their own dissidents. And some of the products are coming to us that are health hazard. Drywall that has chemicals that are hazard to our health. Some children items that have lead paint in it. So there's a lot of problems with sharing technology with these countries. In a way, yes, it's good because we can make, or you could buy cheaper products. Like you go to Walmart and most of their products are I would say 99% of their products is coming from overseas, and you can buy it at a cheaper rate due to the fact because of the labor. Labor is much cheaper. Over there is $2 a day, where here is $20 an hour. So there's good and bad to this, and I think it's more bad in a way than it does good, because it takes people out of work. If you haven't noticed, in the last 20 years, even 30 years, the industrial or manufacturing complex here in the United States has dwindled almost to less than 20%. We don't make anything anymore. And I remember in the 70s, as I was growing up, my parents worked in factories. My dad worked for the Zenith factory, and my mom worked for a cardboard company. And they made the cardboard. Everything was made in house. The televisions were made in house. That was the proudness of the Zenith company when it was being used, that it was American made, union workers, and it established a pride in a product that was made in the U.S., where they were competing with Sony, Sanyo, RCA, and all these other products that were coming from overseas. So there is, I think, more of a con to globalization than there is a pro to it, from just the personal aspect and what I read and see in the news and the research I've done. There's more people in China of dire despair, because they need more labor force, but they don't want to pay for it. And these companies are making millions and millions of dollars, and they're not distributing to the laborers. They're exploiting them. These poor people live in work camps, in other words, where they live, they buy, and they work all in one area. And these are rural farmers, that their farms have been taken up by corporations or by the government itself in China, and they're moved out and they move to the city, and that's the only jobs they have. It's like a company, I don't know the name, but they're the ones that do the processors for most of the Apple products and some of the Androids and computers. And them alone employ over 700,000 employees. You're talking about a small city there, or large city, 700,000 people. That's the population, or near the population, of Miami. So imagine that working at a site, and they're only being paid $2 either a week or a day. So it's very, there's a lot of labor injustice. Now, yes, for us Americans, the largest consumers in the world, it is good. Well, business as usual, and let's go buy stuff, cheap, which we have to take notice of where this is coming and who it's affecting. Um, I say make the products cheaper and keep the economy down, and everybody makes money, but that's not the way it is. We have these conglomerate corporations that shareholders, they got to satisfy the shareholder and they want them to make money. So that's one of them. All right.